Once, 5,000 years ago, there lived a king named Satyajit. He was a great devotee of the sun god, Surya, and pleased him so much that Surya delivered to him an extraordinary jewel known as Shamantaka. Putting on this jewel, he paraded it around the city of Dwarka and shone so brightly the citizens thought the sun god had arrived to visit their beloved Lord Krishna. They all rushed to see the Lord. The sun god has come to see you, O Lord. Krishna merely smiled, knowing that it wasn't the sun god at all. Satyajit, however, didn't bother to visit Lord Krishna, nor did he present the Shamantaka jewel to King Ugrasena, as he should have done, because the best should always be offered to the king. On the contrary, he worshipped the powerful jewel in a temple. For the 170 pounds of gold it produced every single day. This was not going to end well. In fact, not long after this, Satyajit's younger brother, Prasena, keen to show off the family fortune, took the jewel and rode proudly into the forest. Here I am, look at me, everyone. Feast your eyes upon my opulence and eat your heart out. Suddenly, out of the trees, leapt a great lion, which immediately killed both Prasena and his horse. Seizing the jewel, the lion rushed to his cave. Soon, the news reached the king of the bears, Jambavan. That most powerful bear searched out the lion in his cave and with one stroke destroyed the so-called king of the beasts. Incidentally, he also took away the jewel, but having been a great devotee of the Lord since the time of Lord Ramchandra, he didn't rate the valuable jewel as all that important, and tossed it to his young son to play with. Meanwhile, when Satyajit's younger brother Prasena did not return from the forest with the jewel, Satyajit became very upset. He put 2 and 2 together and got 5. Because Krishna had asked for the jewel, it must have been Krishna who caused all this. He spread the rumor everywhere that Krishna had taken the jewel and killed Prasena. Did you hear? Krishna took the jewel. Yes, he killed Prasena. He was jealous. No. Yes, it's true. I heard it from my brother, who heard it from his wife, who heard it from her sister, who heard it from Satyajit's maidservant. It must be true. Krishna did not like to be defamed in that way. He decided to go to the forest to recover the jewel and clear his name. Taking with him some of the leading citizens of Dwarka, Krishna led the search for Satyajit's brother Prasena, and finally discovered him and his horse lying dead on the ground, apparently having been killed by an animal. A little further on, they found the lion dead. Krishna understood that it could only have been killed by Jambavan. The search party then found a great tunnel, said to be the path to Jambavan's house. Knowing that the rest of the party would be afraid to enter, Krishna asked them to wait outside and entered the dark tunnel alone to find Jambavan. A short way into the tunnel, there was a flash of sparkling light, and Krishna came upon the son of Jambavan playing with his new toy. Krishna slowly approached the child, Just then, the boy's nurse arrived and, suspecting Krishna was after the jewel, cried out in fear. The nurse's cries alerted Jambavan, who furiously rushed to the scene. Jambavan was actually a great devotee of Lord Krishna, but because he was angry, he couldn't recognize his master and challenged this interloper to a fight. Krishna and Jambavan, first of all, fought with swords. Then they fought with clubs. Then they uprooted big trees. Then they fought hand to hand, until at last they were hitting each other with their fists, their blows like the striking of thunderbolts. The fighting continued for 28 days, both in daytime and at night, without respite. Jambavan was quite aware of his own superhuman bodily strength, and when he felt exhausted in the fight, realized his opponent would only be his worshipable Lord. He offered him prayers and glorification. My dear Lord, now I can understand. You are my Lord, Ramchandra. No one else has such immeasurable strength. No one else could defeat me in this way. Satisfied by the prayers of Jambavan, Lord Krishna rubbed the lotus palm of his hand all over Jambavan's body to alleviate his pain. Thus Jambavan at once felt relieved from the fatigue of the great fight. To satisfy the Lord, he immediately presented not only the Shamantaka jewel, but also his daughter Jambavati, who was of marriageable age, to Lord Krishna, who married her there and then in that mountain cave. After the citizens of Dwarka had waited outside the tunnel for 12 days and 12 nights, they decided something undesirable must have happened and sorrowfully returned to Dwarka. All the citizens, especially Krishna's family, called Satyajit ill names and prayed for Krishna's return. Suddenly, Krishna appeared, accompanied by his new wife, Jambavati. The citizens were overjoyed and immediately celebrated. There was a great meeting of all the citizens, and Krishna explained the whole history of the recovery of the Shamantaka jewel. He wanted to return the jewel to King Satyajit. However, Satyajit was ashamed because he had unnecessarily defamed Krishna. He accepted the jewel in his hand but remained silent, bending his head downward. Then Satyajit decided to hand over to Krishna both the jewel and his beautiful daughter Satyabhama. There was no alternative for making amends. Lord Krishna, being pleased with Satyajit, declared that he had no need of the Shamantaka jewel. Let it remain in the temple, he said, and every one of us will derive benefit from the jewel. Because of the jewel's presence in the city of Dwarka, There will be no more famines or disturbances created by pestilence or excessive cold and heat. Satyajit agreed and happily arranged the marriage ceremony of Krishna and his beautiful daughter Satyabhama with great pomp and celebration. Everyone was overjoyed. But the story of the Shamantaka jewel was not over. The end.